I am back again, and we're still working on this Tilda peony tiles. And the previous lessons we've covered the skin tones and the hair and the flower in the centre. So what I'm going to be doing now is doing the dress on it. It's really not much to it on this particular design. I kept in the last tutorial I kept colouring in this bit of her arm in pink, so obviously it wants to be pink, so I'm going to start with that. I'm going to go with the antique pink, which I've used right in the centre here, and I'll give her a nice dark pink dress. So this is going to be in a shadow because she's holding the flower, so this bit's going to be in shadow here, and the crook of the arm, and all underneath here you'll see also on the designs as well, you might see little dots on the stamp. That usually indicates a shadow area as well, because as I said, the designers do like to help us out of, you know, which bits are dark and which bits are highlights. So I'm just going to use the antique pink and just add in the shadows here, and this bit here, and just the inside of the arm, because the outside of it's catching the light, and just bring this down like so. So I've left a little white bit here, which is a highlight, and then this bit's going to be a bit darker, and then I'm bringing it round here. And then on the dress itself you'll be able to see the dots, which is going to be a little bit darker. So just touch along there and underneath the flower. You might also notice the dress dips, so I'd be adding some there because the dress is dipping down. And then again there's little dots here which will help you with identifying the shadows. Again the dress dips, so add a little bit more in there, and then just dot in along there. And at the top of the legs, this bit's going to be a highlight, so you'd leave that as it is. Then I'll go for the baby pink. I'm going to use this as my blender, so what I do is just push it out. I want the dress darker than the flower so that you can identify which bit's the flower and which bit's Tilda. So this is just my first coat. I'm just leaving this bit on the top of the arm white at the moment, and again this bit on the top of the leg I'm just leaving that white again. And then use all this here. Okay, that's your first coat down, and then I'd go over it again. Usually let it dry back a little bit, but just touching in. Again, just touching in, and down in that dip in the dress. And again for the same here, there's a bit of a dip there. And around the arm, and bring that out, a little line there. And then I'm using my baby pink again, just to push those colours together. And then lastly just go over the bit that you left, the little bits that you've left white. So it gives you a little bit of a shadow effect on that. And the same with the shoe. You'll be able to see here on the shoe it dips in and out, so that dip there would be a shadow, and the same for this side, that dip there would be a shadow. So I'm going back to that antique pink, and I put the shadows in. And the same on this side. And then I'm using the baby pink again, just to blend this in. So you can see like there's dips, and at the back of the shoe you can see a little mark, and that's a bit of a highlight bump. So just leave that blank. So that's bleached that down quite a lot now. That's good. And as I say, normally I let it dry back a little bit, but I don't want to keep it too long. So just add in a little bit more of your antique pink or your dark colour, what you're doing. And then just around the bottom there. And so you've got a little bit of tone on the shoes as well. So the last thing to do on it is just the leaves, which are quite simple with this one. I'm going to use a leaf green because I'm colouring leaves, and just bring that out into a little point, because I'm having the leaves dip in to the centre with the outside parts of it being the highlight point. So just a little bit there, and I'm using emerald because it's the first other green that I grabbed, and put that in right in the centre. So you only really need a light and a dark green, you know, you don't have to faff around too much with loads of colours. You can put more in if you want to. For example, this one's Lush. You don't have to, you can just leave that as it is, that's fine as it is. You can just put a little touch, just do it in like a V shape. And use a little bit of a blender to push it out and cover that white. So as you can see, it's left some green, it's spread the green out to the edges of the leaves so that it's not like a bright white, because I don't usually leave anything white personally. And then I just go over the top again. Oh, that's my fan nib.